Hornets.
Well, it's still early. Teams are headed in.
So true, but so much can change between now and the end of the schedule. So the most important thing at this stage, building momentum heading towards midseason.
So here's Oklahoma City, and it's SGA in at the point.
First points of the night, and you know this is going to be a battle of matchups.
What's going to be fascinating to watch is which matchups are they willing to go exploit.
Well, it's hard to see OKC doing what they did last year without Hartenstein.
I would argue, Kevin, one of the biggest free agent signings in that particular offseason. Hartenstein fills a role as important as any on the team. He can facilitate offense. He's a rim protector, a dominant rebounder. You talk about a plug-and-play guy, that's Isaiah.
Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
I caught up with Coach Charles Lee. Our first topic of conversation, of course, facing Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He told me SGA is so hard to game plan for. He has incredible length for a point. He's too big for a guard, too quick for a wing. We have our work cut out for us. Kevin?
Okay, Allie, thank you. There's Ball with the three. McDermott, no one around him. And once again, off the mark by Charlotte.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only one fall. Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Now, here is Miller. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game. Here's Holmgren. And the dunk by Holmgren.
Adding to their advantage, trying to find a way to blow this one open.
One of the things they're doing is identifying favorable matchups and then going at them.
And a timeout called by Charles Lee. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte. The Thunder also changing it up. Dort comes in for Holmgren. And it's Isaiah Joe in for Waltz.
Yeah, just catching your teammate in stride right there. That makes the game easy.
Dort with the ball. Now Smith defending. Count that one for Dort.
Yeah, a big part of this run here has been their ability to score from mid-range.
Pass to man. Three-pointer. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder.
Trey Mann knows how dangerous he can be shooting the basketball. Nice three-pointer there.
And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession. Charlotte making some changes. Salon's checked in. And Miller's subbed in for Trey Mann. SGA.
Movement out of this group, guys.
Hornets trail by 7. Miller, that's for 2. Rebounded by Joe.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whips on it.
He gets that one.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Well, what great game planning, what great execution. It doesn't get much better than this.
This guy is a high flyer, I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
And that concludes the first. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
Dennis Schroeder is out there with Smith. Then there's Brandon Miller. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Wolf in at the 4 slot. So that's who Charlotte starts the second. And the Hornets trying to build a foundation doors. As we know, there are no quick fixes.
And I know that's tough for fans to hear. They've already endured so much losing with this organization. But the bottom line is, Kev, you know this, talent wins in this league. And it's not just some talent. You need a lot of it. Yeah, fundamental basketball here. Passes on time and on target.
Williams finds Dort. Oklahoma City moving it around. Here's Holmgren. Misses off the right iron. Hornets trail by 9. Here's Smith. Here's Schroeder. A three-pointer off the mark. Well, Thunder have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Yep, that one goes in there.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
There's 1:47 left in the first half, and it goes out of bounds. That one is off Smith. Here's what Oklahoma City's schedule is looking like. On Monday, they'll take on Zion Williamson and the New Orleans Pelicans. And then on Wednesday, they'll take on Domantas Sabonis and the Sacramento Kings.
You know, some might look ahead at the schedule and start marking off how many wins they'll wind up with, but I think that's a trap. You can't take many nights off in the NBA, and you've got to stay in the moment.
And some changes here for the Hornets. Salon's checked in, and it's ball in for Dennis Schroeder. Then for the Thunder, Williams, he's checked in for Jalen Williams. And Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Isaiah Joe. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Thanks a lot, Kevin. The Hornets are trying to create a winning environment. Coach Charles Lee said, quote, "We know this is a young team, so I want culture enhancers who help us build with their hard work and creativity. Having that energy coming into the building every day is the most important thing." Back to you.
Looking to set the standard. Allie, we thank you very much.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there. It's really a tough break for the D.
Here's Smith. Hasn't made one yet. No good on the quick three. 1:09 left now here in the second. Here's Holmgren. And the dunk by Holmgren.
And I know everyone's thrilled to see Holmgren scoring so well. And this is the kind of effort that could carry on well throughout the year.
Now,
My goodness. Well, this guy knows how to put on a show. Put Miles Bridges in the dunk contest. Did you see that?
the Thunder leading by 13. The 11-footer. Dort misses. Charlotte has got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Nice shot by Smith.
Steady from beyond the arc.
Alexander muscles it in.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
And so it's Ball who brings the ball up for Charlotte. When this game is done, they'll be off to take on the Raptors. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. Great open look there. McDermott's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
In this league, you've got to be able to convert against tight coverage. J-Dub, yes, sir.
In the corner, it's McDermott. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. And we'll be right back after this.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drums. They're thinking about the shot. Let's hear it for our contestants.
Good to see you and welcome. A lopsided game through 2 quarters and a big deficit for the Charlotte Hornets.
When you're ice cold from three-point land, it's definitely time to change things up.
What do you know about being ice cold from three-point land? I don't know. It's part of their DNA. But at this point, they need to see the ball go through the net. All right, fellas, time now to take a look at these early season standings in the East.
Look here now at Charlotte. They knew it was going to be a tough year, and I got to say it's been hard to watch them fight, looking through all these challenges. You hope they're learning something out there. Challenging times for the franchise.
That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more hoops action.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Chet Holmgren has been sensational.
And he's been a monster in this game, throwing down some huge dunks. And I wasn't sure the rim would even survive in that first half.
Oh, his power is unbelievable. An intimidating force when he's at his best.
And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Well, with teams seeking switchable defenders, there's a specific player type that could be losing value, those smaller scoring-minded combo guards. You think of the Cole Anthony, Colin Sexton, Jordan Clarksons of the world, perhaps not as sought after as before with teams looking for positional size and versatility.
They'll be challenged for certain. Okay, Shams, thank you for the report. Here's who Mark Dagnall is going to put out there to start the second half. Holmgren plays at the 4 with Hartenstein at the center spot. Out on the perimeter, Wallace and Williams. And it's SGA in at the point guard. Now here's Wallace. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 15 points.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead.
They're locked in defensively. Now, this is a guy who wants to score, so don't let him catch a rhythm.
Taken away by Williams. Here's McDermott. A rebound by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Boy, what a frustrating, sluggish start to this half. Brutal.
Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
And I think what's happening is they're getting their shots within the flow of their offense, and you can clearly see the difference.
Now, let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Thanks a lot, guys. Many have predicted an all-star future for Brandon Miller. He said, I don't really read anything like that. I just focus on what I can do today. It's all about the work. That's the only way to get better. I just came in with the mindset of making my team better and being a winning player. Back over to you, Kevin.
All right, Allie, thanks a lot. Jalen Williams is checked in for the Thunder. And now you see the 2K leaderboard. Not only have these teams caused a lot of turnovers over the last 10 games, but they've scored off them as well. Number 1, the Thunder.
Just a terrific job over this stretch of forcing turnovers and capitalizing. They'd love to continue that trend.
90 seconds now into the second half. And it's Williams finishing it off.
If Mark Williams is on the floor, he is going to finish with a dunk or two, folks.
That'll be a 5-second call.
And with the break in the action, let's look at the stats for Holmgren. He's putting up about 12 points a game, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. And what is crazy is that these numbers might not even do his game justice. He's been phenomenal.
Feels like every night this guy does something that just blows your mind. So fun to watch, someone the other players look up to.
Here's what Charlotte's going with right now. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Mark Williams. Smith comes in for Doug McDermott. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Bridges. That's it, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut down now to just 12 points with the basket from Schroeder. Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get... called for the 5-second violation.
Boy, his ball security flawless in the first half, but since then, it's an absolute disaster.
1:03 left in the third quarter. Miller finds ball. In the corner, Smith with it. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead. Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Hornets trail by 14. Outside. No good with the triple. That's good.
Always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing. Boy, he just doesn't have it here tonight, and it's had a ripple effect on this team.
It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
You know this. It's not easy building a lead on the road, but this team has been lights out throughout the game.
And a timeout called by Charles Lee. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Three minutes gone now in the third quarter. Bridges finds ball. Out to Bridges. His three-pointers off the mark. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder with an 18-point lead as the quarter have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Ball is the point with Miller on the wing. Doug McDermott is out there with Bridges, and it's Williams at the 5 down low. So that's the Hornets 5. Ball is with the ball, and it's Miller picking him up.
Boy, you love the efficiency with which he's going at things tonight. This is what we've come to expect from him.
Hornets trail by 18. Ball. Holmgren rips down the rebound. And here's Wallace. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. 18 points separating the teams. That's the biggest lead of the game.
Yeah, teams will try to get physical with SGA, but make sure you understand that wiry frame is big-time strong.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Ball kicks to Bridges. Miller outside. Rebound by Williams.
Boy, normally he makes that. Defense gets lucky there.
And Miller with the block.
And good length and athleticism give Miller an advantage at the defensive end.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're in front by 20. We've got 1:48 left to play in the final quarter.
Oh, Kevin, not a petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunny. And it's Williams throwing it down.
That unselfishness of LaMelo has been on display since day one.
The Thunder leading by 20. Holmgren the pass to Hartenstein. Makes it off the glass.
Just love the unselfishness there. Keep the ball moving. Good things happen.
1:33 left in the fourth quarter.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Thunder.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And this will be a big win for them. Lucky win number 13 now in the bag.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
What a groove for him this evening. Just stand aside and let the man work.
So both teams making some changes here.
Sometimes in this league, you just have to be patient. Isaiah Hartenstein, a second-round pick, he has now become an invaluable asset to his team.
Well, this is what they needed earlier on. At some point, it's too little, too late.
Yeah, but then again, this run came against a team that may have felt it had already won, and you get the sense it let its guard down.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Well, just terrific teamwork. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
Ooh, rising and punching it on the young fella. You know he loves having that much of a height advantage. Best chance to get yourself on the highlight reel.
And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
Spirited performance. You love to get this kind of win, especially on the road.
You've got to be able to block out all distractions in enemy territory. This team did a tremendous job staying focused on the task at hand.
It's Dort on the wing. Bucket is good.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and the rest of our terrific 2K crew, this is Kevin Harlan. Hope you enjoyed our broadcast. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Steps back, it always goes like that. Call it a plan of attack. False promise, fade to black.